Can you hear it with your ears? Can you see it with your eyes? Can you feel it wriggling between your quivering thighs? That thing with James. Once every millennium something will come along. When you feel it, you will know it, 'cause it's coming on strong. That thing with James. Sit back, relax, deep breaths, no stress. Let me come inside your mind. I promise you it won't take long, the change will happen soon. You will feel something so special growing deep within you. That thing with James. That thing with James. That's me. Hello. Welcome to episode 22 of That Thing with James J. Asher II. I'm your host, James Jackson Asher II. That's me! Well, it's just us today. No guests. Couldn't get any booked. That's okay. That's what happens. So, I was trying to think of stuff to talk about for the episode today, and I had a million different ideas. And I couldn't settle on one. So, we'll try to get through this together, huh? Let's see what we can do. First order, let's do some business. Take care of some business. This show is a do-it-yourself, grassroots, punk rock, I'm doing all this shit myself podcast / YouTube show. And so yeah, I'm doing this all myself, and I've got limited resources and things. But if you are feeling generous and feeling like a good Samaritan, you're welcome to donate to this show through my Patreon. It's at patreon.com/thatthingwithjames. And it's a monthly donation setup, and you can donate as little as $1 per month, or you can donate something like $3,000 per month if you have fuck you money, or if you're terrible with money management. Either way, patreon.com/thatthingwithjames. It could help me to create more and better content, and keep getting the show to you, make it prettier, make it sound even better, get more guests. Yeah. So that's a thing. If you want to email me, if you want to reach out and say hi, or if you have any questions, if you're in need of some advice, or if you want to share some wild idea you had recently, not necessarily an idea you want me to flesh out for you. I'm not going to write your book for you, unless you're offering a healthy sum. But if you want to reach out, you can hit me up. ThatThingWithJames@gmail.com. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at James J. Asher. That's my handle, at James J. Asher. And I also have a website, jamesjasher.com. That's just my website. And if you know anyone who wants to hire me for a gig of some kind, you can hit me up. I've got my agent's information on the contact page, jamesjasher.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Show some love. Subscribe to the channel. Like the videos you like. Leave a comment. share it with your friends. Even if you're just listening audio, share this shit with your friends, man. If someone's into this sort of thing. I don't know what kind of people are into this show other than people who like know me already. So, but I don't know. I like to connect with people on a human level, and I like to hear other people's stories, other people's experiences, their human experiences. So maybe there's other people like me out there who like to just hear some random dude talk about whatever. I was recently asked about like what themes do I use on the show? Like, what's the show about? What are the themes I talk about in this show? Well, that's kind of hard to answer because I don't have an answer. There's no, the whole intention behind this show has been to just a chill hangout kind of a thing. It's just a hangout. And as much as I want to rant about politics, and I might rant about politics, but that's not the soul. That's not the purpose of this show. That is not the mission of this show. No, the mission of this show is to just connect with you, the recipient to these sounds and sights, to connect with you on a human level and bring you some kind of human experience, because we're all in this together, man. We're all in this together. So the more we can like communicate and really listen to each other, or in this case, the more you can listen to me, because this is it's partially reciprocal. You can hit me up at my Gmail account, ThatThingWithJames @gmail.com. But, this is largely a thing. This just seemed fun. It just seemed like a fun thing to do because other podcasts brought me enjoyment. I enjoy podcasts and I want to participate in that. And that seems to be kind of the basis of all of my pursuits in life, are wanting to participate in the things that bring me joy. I get joy from a lot of different things. Now, I don't necessarily want to participate in all of them, but the things that seem fun to me, that also bring me enjoyment, I want to participate in those. Like acting. That's why I got into it. Or like music. Or writing. These things bring me joy. And they bring me joy to experience as a audience. And also it seems like fun. So I want to do it. I want to do stuff. And if I can make a living off of doing stuff that brings me enjoyment, that brings me joy, stuff that brings me joy, then I consider myself successful. That would be my definition of success, is being able to make a comfortable living. I don't necessarily, I don't rule out the idea of getting rich, but that's not really my goal in my practice of doing fun things. No, my aim is to just do things that I'm passionate about, that I enjoy, and hopefully be able to make a living off of doing just those things. Yeah, that's it. That's success. And that's pretty much the answer I gave to my mom, who was my guest in the last episode, episode 21. I was up visiting her and my dad for a late Christmas visit. I spent Christmas here in Austin. And then I went back to Oklahoma for like a late Christmas thing at the beginning of July. No, not the beginning of July. That's next month. Or almost a year ago. No, this was the beginning of January of this year, 2019. The beginning of January, I went up to Oklahoma and spent about a week with my parents. I was supposed to spend just a few days, but then my car, which was a black 2002 Toyota Camry that had problems from the time that it was gifted to me. I was very fortunate to get that thing for free because the car before it got totaled by some frat kids. That's a whole other story. But yeah, I had this 2002 Toyota Camry for years, and I had problems after problem after problem, and it was sinking so much money. And it was like, I'm spending so much money to keep this fucking car running. Why don't I just get a new car? Which my mom had been trying to persuade me to do for a couple years, and I was resistant because I was like, I can't afford that. And she's like, dude, you can't. You're already spending probably more in repairs. And in retrospect, yeah, I probably was. I mean, yeah, I've got car payments now, but and I was afraid because it's the, dedicated monthly payments, but so far I've been able to afford it without sacrificing too much food. So yeah, I've got a new car. So I ended up spending like a week in Oklahoma instead of a few days. And at one point I was sitting in the living room and my dad was taking a nap. I was surfing Reddit or something. And my mom was, reading a book or something. And not to say that I don't read books. And not to say, belittle Reddit. I think Reddit's great. I read books too, but, just not at that moment. So stop judging yourself, James. My mom asked me when we were sitting there, she said, James, I want to ask you a question. And I was automatically like, oh, Jesus, what did I do now? What did I do now? I'm sure I'm always up to no good. Even if I'm not up to no good, I just automatically assume if someone says something like, we need to talk, or I want to ask you something. I automatically assume that, oh shit, like I'm about to be dumped, or did I steal something and not think about it? Like, or did I leave something out, like I don't know, butt plug or something? Not saying that I use butt plugs. It's just an example of, something embarrassing or, compromising laying around. Like, even though I don't have anything embarrassing or compromising, I didn't do anything bad, I just automatically assume that's what people want. Let's talk. We need to talk. Oh, Jesus, Emily's about to dump me. We need to talk. Oh, God, I can't reply to this text message. We need to talk. Oh, God, what do I do? All right, what's up? Am I in trouble? And then you don't hear anything back. And then eventually you have a talk and it's about some fucking stupid thing like, do bananas really go bad quicker when they're situated next to apples? And the answer is yes, they do. Anyway, my mom asked me a question when I was in Oklahoma and we were sitting together in the living room. She said, James, do you want to be famous? And I got so nervous and embarrassed that I just, I gave her a bullshit answer. I gave her a bullshit answer that I'd been giving myself a bullshit answer, that I'd been giving a bullshit answer to everybody else. She asked me if I wanted to be famous. And what I said was something to the effect of, I don't really care about fame. I just want to be able to, make a living through art, through making art, through making and selling art. That's it. I just want to be able to, support myself, make a comfortable living. Not saying that I'm not opposed to like getting rich or anything, but that's not the aim. And that's what I told her. And so I was like, yeah, the fame, I don't really I don't really care about that. I just want to be able to support myself, which is true. It's true. I really do want to support myself. But the thing is, I could tell that I was lying with that answer. Even though nothing I said about that answer, well, a little bit I said about the answer was a lie. The lie was that I didn't care about fame. Really? Really, James? You didn't care about fame? You didn't care about the thing that you fantasize about so often, that you've fantasized about like your entire fucking life? Why? Why did you lie about wanting to be why did you lie and say you didn't care about fame? Because honestly, you do. And I accepted that recently. Maybe when my mom was visiting here in Austin, maybe a few days before she arrived, that question just came back to me as I was reading a book instead of surfing Reddit. The question came to me again, and I could hear her voice. Do you want to be famous? And yes, I gave an honest answer, and that was, yeah, I do want to be famous. And the thing that was different about that point was I didn't feel ashamed to say it. I feel a little ashamed saying it right now because this is to other people other than my mom. But like I said, one of the missions of this show is that I want to, share my true human experience with you, strangers, people I know. I want to share this experience with you. And I maybe won't share every detail of every event in my life. And I certainly do apply a filter to a lot of the things I say. Mostly to protect people. And to also maybe not be rude. Not to, I don't want to intentionally hurt people or anything. So I've got a healthy functional filter up. But I do want to strive to be honest. And that's something I'm striving to do with myself. So I strive to do it with you too, to be more honest. And that means don't hesitate. Don't try to spin what you already know. Be honest. Just say what you know and what you feel. Say it plainly. Don't spin it. Just put it out there. Because you know what it is you want. And you know how to express it. So yeah. I told my mom that when she was here. When she visited, I told her, do you remember? Did I already say this? I hope I didn't say this already. But anyway, if I did, I'm saying it again. When my mom was here in Austin, I reminded her of that question. She seemed like she kind of remembered it, maybe, because she probably could tell that I wasn't being entirely honest. Not necessarily with her, but I think she could tell I wasn't necessarily being honest with myself. Because moms know all. They fucking made you. Moms brought you into this world. And so they can see the truth in you. So I told her, I was like, you asked me if I wanted to be famous, and I gave you some like BS answer. The truth is, I thought about that the other day, and I want to revise my answer. Yes, I want to be famous. And she said, well, that's a noble thing to strive for. Boom. Now the thing is, that was a very nice thing for her to say. My mom's a very nice lady. And that was very nice. Yeah, it's a nice thing for her to say. And I wasn't expecting her to say anything bad. I wasn't expecting her to put me down. And I'm very fortunate to have a mother of whom I can expect to not be put down. Usually. We all slip. But, yeah, she's very supportive of that. And I'm just slowly trying to become more supportive of myself. And actually, I wrote a song about this very subject. I wrote a song, and I think I want to share it with you. Do you want to hear a song? All right, I'll play it. I'll do it. Man, I'm getting thirsty. I made this song a few days ago. Probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I was thinking I was going to introduce it as a joke for like my forthcoming album, Make Me Famous. That's not a real thing, but I do have a lot of songs. I do intend to make an album someday. But I've got more to say about the fame thing, but I want to play this song first. And hopefully... Okay, James, quit judging yourself, bro. Just share it, okay? Just share it. All right, here we go. Sweat beads on my skin, set ink to paper. The room is empty, but I'm all alone. Piano drums, Amanda Palmer sings a song about a world I wish I lived in. Isolation gets so old, I remember. But let's make up or play with friends. Imagine. Suspend your disbelief just for a moment. Comes a moment goes. The Dresden dolls dressed in no clothes. Oh, the truth is I feel lost. My friend took a wrong turn into a dead end. Down opportunities. Goddamn, what a fool I am. Took the same route, now I'm full of doubt. A life of parties and city nights is all I want. Not gonna lie, a million fans adoring me is what I want. It's what I need. It may be petty and embarrassing, but that's the sound of honesty. Isolation gets so old, I remember. Footlights make up and play with friends. Imagine. Suspend your disbelief just for a give me the money, give me a name, so I can have the time to go insane, to find a thread to pull me through, set ink to paper, sell it to you. I'm willing to whore myself out if it'll get me out of the house. Maybe the world is waiting for me. Maybe things aren't as bad as they seem. Sweat beads on my skin, set ink to paper. At least I'm using my ability. Piano drums, Amanda Palmer sings a song about a world that I might live in. A world There you go. That's a song I made. It's a little tongue-in-cheek. It's a little critical. And that's how I like to write my songs. Let's see. I'm still working on the lyrics. There's so many. Whatever. That's notes for me, not for you, okay? So, yeah. Fuck yeah, I want to be famous. Fuck yeah, I want to be famous. Does that necessarily mean that I want to be a fucking huge, rich mansion, chateau, fucking people fainting for me kind of famous? No, not really. Not really. For me, fame is not really necessarily a thing. It's not necessarily like an arrival point. For me, fame is more of an indicator, because I don't expect nor do I desire to become famous simply out of luck. I mean, 80% of it is luck. 80% of any kind of success in the arts is probably luck. And then the 20% is work. Hopefully, sometimes it's 100% luck. I don't want 100% luck. I don't want to be famous just for being on some reality TV show. I don't want to be famous just for being famous. I don't want to be famous for some stupid, like, one-off viral video kind of a thing. For me, to be famous is an indicator that I have achieved certain things, that I have put in work, a lot of work, that I have created good work, put in a lot of work and created good work, and put that work out there and promulgate it as much as possible. I hope I use the right word. Put it out there and spread it. Bring it to the people as much as possible. I've got a lot I want to express. I want to get out of me. And I feel like it could be valuable to other people, that it may bring them joy and a human connection that I get from the artists that I love and whom inspire me. And so, yes, I want to be famous. Not for fame's sake, but I want to be... Yeah, I think I said enough. On this point, I'm about to take a quick water break, but before I go, I'm going to be right back. It's going to be a fucking jump at it. But before I take this water break, I want to share this with you. I read this some years ago. It was Patti Smith. I was looking for advice. I like to read up advice articles from artists that I aspire to be like, that I look up to. And so I found this one from Patti Smith. And this is her talking about some advice that she got from a writer, one of the beat writers, William S. Burroughs. I admire the man. Personality-wise, maybe he's a little fucking crazy. I admire his work, for sure. I admire the art expression that he made of his life. But I don't admire shooting your wife in Mexico when you're drunk playing a drinking game. Anyway, this is from Patti Smith talking about advice she got from the writer William S. Burroughs. She said, "When I was really young, William Burroughs told me, and I was really struggling. We never had any money. Well, the advice that William gave me was, build a good name. Build a good name. Keep your name clean. Don't make compromises. Don't worry about making a bunch of money or being successful. Be concerned with doing good work and make the right choices and protect your work. And if you build a good name, eventually that name will be its own currency. So that's the end of it. That is really what I mean when I say, yeah, I want to be famous. What I'm really saying is I want to make good, really good, uncompromised work and make good choices and build a name for myself so that my name is its own currency. Partially for, I'm sure, vanity reasons, and also for security purposes, because it would just really be nice to not have to worry, to not struggle quite so much. But that tension is where so much inspiration comes from, is it not? I'm going to drink some water. I'll be right back. I'm back. Did you miss me? Boy, that water was good. Man, it's getting warm in this apartment. So, let's shift gears. Let's move on to something else. I heard this story a couple days ago, and it's fucking crazy. So, I gotta share it with you. This was on KView, that's ABC here in Austin. There's this article here. The long title here is, "Young people are growing horns from their skulls, and research suggests phones are to blame. Researchers believe phone use is causing the remolding of the human body's skeletal structure." Author Samantha Mitchell, published at 3:34 p.m. Central Time Zone, June 20th, 2019. Update at 7:16 of the same day. Here's the article. This shit's crazy. And I wish I could show you. There's fucking... there's pictures. There's x-ray pictures of this shit, dude. Okay, so here it is. It should come as no surprise that a lot of young people are attached to their smartphones and electronic devices. I know I am. A 2018 article from the Nature Research's peer-reviewed open access science reports suggests the attachment of young people to their phones is causing a concerning horn-like growth to appear on their skulls. In the study, researchers looked at people's skulls ranging from age 18 to 30 via X-ray. The discovery was the, quote, development of prominent exotosis emanating this enthesis in over 40%, holy shit, 40% of young adults, end quote. An Australian news site compared the growth to the, quote, kind of spurs seen in hunched over elderly people, end quote, due to bad posture or stress. The Washington Post compared the growth to skin thickening into a callus, quote, as a response to pressure or abrasion, end quote. You may say it looks like a bird's beak, a horn, a hook, said David Shahar, the paper's first author and a chiropractor in talking with the Washington Post. Whatever the comparison, the findings raise concern for the, quote, future musculoskeletal health, end quote, of young adults. The researchers also say future intervention and education may be needed to prevent bad posture and overuse of phones and other electronic devices for current and future younger generations. The study showed that a combination of a person's biological sex, the degree of how far a chin protrudes forward along the spine, rounding of the upper back, shoulder placement, and age could predict the size of the growth. Researchers believe the growth could be an adaptive mechanism due to the repeated behaviors and stress that electronic devices can cause. Repeated use and stress can cause tension in the bones, which researchers think might be causing the growth. In other words, the way humans act and behave, such as being glued to our phones, could be causing some deformities in our bodies and skulls. And in the pictures, yeah, there's like a beak-like thing growing out of the back of the skull. In the back, kind of a little bit above where the spine meets the base of the skull. That is crazy. And the use really, it's about the posture of holding something up to you and just getting your face up in it. And it's just terrible alignment, terrible skeletal alignment, terrible habits to form in your muscles. And I think this is something we should be teaching kids about. I think this should be basic education for young people, little kids, starting with little kids. I think we should teach them yoga and meditation. Not just because I'm a goddamn leftist hippie, but because we don't know. Like, that's not part of our culture, and it's unfortunate. I think that it should be part of US culture to understand the human body. A lot of us go our entire lives. There's people that go in their entire lives and they have no idea how to use their body. They don't know how to use the mechanics of the machine, the organic machine that they inhabit for their entire lives. They don't know how to use them. You don't know how to use it properly. And you get so many problems. So many problems. And as a dude who got a 70% compression fracture on his T8 vertebrae when he was 20 years old, I've had to deal with serious back pain. And the only thing that's helped is yoga. And then meditation as well. Meditation helps with physical stuff, but helps with mental as well. Helps with focus. Helps with a lot of issues for why you're on the phone all the time. And it's not just because you're bored. You may say it's just because you're bored, but you're not on your phone all the time just because you're bored. It's a way of hiding. It's a way of hiding from the life around you and from the life inside of you. It's a way of hiding from yourself and from others. So, meditation is a great way to stop hiding and start inhabiting the life you live in, the world you live in, the body you live in. And yoga helps you learn how to use your body. I recently learned something. I got a massage recently, and I've had so much pain released because of my back issues, because I've got scoliosis from the break. I never got surgery or anything. No one ever, everyone was very wary to do surgery. I went to specialists and everything, and no one wanted to touch it. They were like, here, put this back brace on for 6 months, which is going to, worsen your alignment. And here's a big fat prescription of painkillers and muscle relaxers. You take that for several months, and then good luck not getting addicted to that. So, man, I've been through lots of different types of physical therapy, and yoga has been the best for me, for sure. Personally, yoga. But still, there's stuff I learn every day. It's a practice. And one of the things I learned from the massage that I got recently was how much tension I hold in my neck. And when I got that tension out, it released so much other tension in my body, because everything in your body links to everything else. It's a chain reaction, because your body's all connected. Everything affects everything else in your body. So yeah, if your neck hurts, it's gonna wind up hurting your fucking left pinky toe. Because it's all linked. But apparently, I've always known I've got a big head, and it's heavy too. A big, heavy, hard head. And the massage loosened it up a whole lot for me. And so I've kind of been replicating some things on myself that the massage therapist did. And one of the things that I replicate now is when I lay down to sleep or take a nap. I'm not laying on my side anymore because that was causing a lot of problems. But I'm not using a pillow anymore. Actually, I am using a pillow, but for my body, for the way my muscles and my muscles try to compensate for the deformity of my spine, I get kind of sway back, just a lot of different kinds of tension I don't want to get into. But putting a pillow up under my knees, like starting at my knees and just like holding my shins and feet up and everything, just the lower half of my legs, propping those up so that I can kind of straighten out my spine, straighten out my lower back, because it kind of sways in a bit. Straightening that out, and then not using a pillow, but like laying flat and then rolling a hand towel, not to be confused with washcloth, but rolling up a hand towel. So it's like a nice thick tube, and putting that behind my neck and just kind of propping that up and getting like arch support for my neck. Doing that has consistently been keeping so much tension out of my neck. And dude, I feel so much better. I feel so much better and like happier, less irritable. I can focus more and just move around better. It's amazing. Go get a massage if you can. Go get a massage and try sleeping like that. You know, put a pillow up under your knees. You know, prop the lower half of your legs up. Straighten out that spine. Lay flat, and keep one of those rolled up hand towel underneath your neck. And, fold it in half long ways first. Fold it in half so it's like half but still long. And then roll that up for proper thickness. And put it under your neck. Get an arch in there and then just lay there. And see what happens. Like, it'll be a little awkward at first, but fall asleep. And then see what happens. You'll wake up. You're gonna feel different. I guarantee it. So yeah. That's my tip. I think I'm done with this now. I didn't get any questions from fans, so send me some questions, some stuff to talk about. Maybe for the next episode I'll try to come up with some topics to really break down. Not that I didn't have topics here, but maybe something else that's not all about me. So again, if you want to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/ThatThingWithJames. If you want to contact me, hit me up at thatthingwithjames@gmail.com. You can visit my website and find my agent's contact info at my website, jamesjasher.com. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram. My handle is at jamesjasher. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, like, comment, share. And you can find all that information in the description. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all very much, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye.